Hi Mr. JC and classmates. Today I'm going to show you guys how to add vectors graphically. So first we're going to read the example. So the example states, vector A has a magnitude of 16.6 units at an angle of 32.7 degrees, while vector B has a magnitude of 13.3 units at an angle of negative 77 degrees. So now in order to graph this vector addition graphically, we must open the Phet Simulation application. So we open this up, wait for it to load, and we choose the Explore 2D option. Now we will want to grab the middle point and move it towards the right so it's more of in the middle. So here we go. So first we want to place vector A in the center, and then we will grab a vector A head and we will stretch it out until we get the value and degrees we want. So for vector A we want 16.6 units at an angle of 32.7 degrees. First we must select the values and angle options so they show. So we must adjust this so it's at 16.6 degrees and at an angle of 32.7 degrees. Now with vector B we will do the same, but we will put the tail of vector B in the end of vector A, or at the head of vector A, and then we will move the head of vector B to get the units and angle we want. So as I said, we put vector B's tail and vector A's head. Here we go, and then we adjust this. And for vector B, it has a magnitude of 13.3 units at an angle of negative 77 degrees. So we must move this downwards. 13.3 units at an angle of negative 77 degrees. So here we go. So here we already have both vectors already done correctly, and uh, now we already have the addition where both vectors are connected. Vector A is from the center, and then vector B is connected. Vector B's tail is connected to vector A's head, and so now we must press the sum button to get the resultant vector, which is this one you can see over here, which has an angle of 13.2 degrees and has a magnitude of 17.5 units. So here you can see it fits in perfectly, and that way we know this is correct because it connects to the center and to the other end perfectly, and it's the correct resultant vector. So we today, as you can see in this video, we learned how to add vectors graphically. We first saw how we must place vector A and B in the correct way, and how to know if we get the correct resultant vector. In this case, we had vector A which had a magnitude of 16.6 units and an angle of 32.7 degrees, which we can see here, and then vector B, which had a magnitude of 13.3 units and an angle of negative 77 degrees, which we can see here. And finally, we got the resultant vector, or the addition of both, which gave us an angle of negative 13.2 degrees, as you can see here, and a magnitude of 17.5 units. So thank you very much for watching, and if you wanna continue on seeing how to solve this algebraically, please see my next video. Thank you very much.